Cecil, I wish you were here to help me because I'm trying to inject this ivermectin into my veins so that I won't get horse COVID.
I think you need to have a horse cock in order for that to work.
Well, I just, oh, if I had a Bitcoin. Anywho, I can't get this, so thank God I'm just gonna have to say nay to that. Having any?
Nay.
Oh, just right there, swinging them over the fence tonight, aren't we?
Speaking of horse
Hi
cock.
everyone. Hi everyone. There is just so much to get to tonight, and we're gonna just kick it right off. Welcome to Hot Topics, the show that literally could be sued by the state of Texas because many times it comes out like an abortion. Live from the internet.
From the internet. It's Hot Topics.
Hot Topics with Cecil and Sureg'ay. Wine boy.
That theme song just gets me so pumped up in a
It gets me just going. Look who's here. Kylie Jenner. Belfia's here.
Hi, everyone. Let's check in. Roll call.
Roll call. Bill is already chiming in with the Mr. Ed comments.
Well, maybe he's seen one of us at the urinal.
Nikki Holloway
Bush
is here.
Well, Nikki Holloway Bush, you bring up a good point. Let's get right to it because we've been off for 2 weeks, and I want this wine to go down like an intern in the White House during the 90s. So raise your glass, everyone, and let's say cheers. Like a chime from church.
I had my volume down because of feedback before, and then it wasn't there, and I had to...
Somehow it came around, and it was my fault.
I didn't blame you. I never said anything about you.
No, but I know exactly what that was in touch with. Hi, everyone.
No, it was before you even got here.
Well, I'm feeling sassy, and Sizzle's sassy tonight. So we've been off for 2 weeks. I feel like a bear in hibernation, and I'm sure I look fuller to you. It, as you know, it was my producer's birthday month last month, and there was a lot of celebrating going on.
Speaking of bears in hibernation, I'm sure you woke up a couple. We've got Luann Jenner here. We've got Sean Armstrong. We've got Gail Blackmer. Super exciting, you guys.
Tonight. My grays show more, too, after a haircut. I guess he's referring to my white walls. I think I look like I could be the commissioner of Gotham City. So there.
Ooh, you look like J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man.
Sure. Whatever you say. And you look like Spider-Man.
Thank you.
The lady behind you just went like this. Oh, hell no. No, he don't. Anyways, folks, it is so good to be back. And gosh, we take 2 weeks off and shit happens, doesn't it?
All hell breaks loose, viewers.
But let's get right to it.
I don't want to say that we're responsible for the ending of the war in Afghanistan, but
we are. I mean, we always recommend pulling out. That's for sure.
You got that right.
We'd like to say thank you to all of our servicemen and women who gave their lives and gave their sacrifices and gave their lives, and their families sacrificed their time as well. But the longest war, I didn't realize that until the other day. It's the longest war is finally
20
over.
Years. And Joe Biden said it in his speech. I thought it, and then Joe Biden said it. So there was we have this psychic connection, me and Joe. But
well, you are close to the same age.
How dare you? I represent the youth perspective, and you know it.
Well, so does he. By all those, well, I mean, might as well be Bernie Sanders, and he can be Joe Biden. But they did. They pulled out. Unfortunately, there was a suicide bomb, which not like, it came from the Taliban in the GOP, but ISIS-K, which, I mean, the former guy referred to them as ISIS-X in his speech a week ago, which he, he wouldn't know the alphabet anyways. But I guess it's not the ones that do ecstasy; it's the one that do ketamine. So ISIS ketamine, and they're in
Those
a K-hole.
ISISes.
Yeah, because they got their ISIS handed to them when the drone strike shot their ass dead.
I was very much under the impression that ISIS was ratified or eradicated.
Oh no! Well, the former guy said they
Exactly.
defeated them, but then suddenly they came back like an ex-wife.
Then they showed up. ISIS 2.0, I guess.
So
look at Kelly Jenner even saying she couldn't even vote when this war started. Me neither.
Wow, now that is a true youth perspective. Kelly, thank you for actually having one. That's actually a sad point. I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but I'm just going to bring up a point, and it's because Kelly Jenner brought it up, not me. But that was a sad thing. That was another fact about the 13 service members who died right at the end there. The majority of them were 20, 21 years old on average. They were born when this dumb war started. Now, granted, let me backtrack that. It's not a dumb war in the beginning because they did go to get Osama bin Laden and do all of these things in the beginning. But then it became us playing God and trying to rebuild a nation. And that's not why we are supposed to be there or were there. And it just, let's bring up the fact that it was 5 different presidents, but someone had to pull out before we had another baby. And Joe Biden did it. Now, look, all the armchair commanders are going to be saying what they want to say right now, including us. But someone had to rip the Band-Aid off, and he did it. And hopefully history will be on his side.
On it. But I agree. It was time to draw the line, to finally admit that we needed to get out of there. And I have to say this, talking about armchair quarterbacks, because that's exactly what I am.
You're a lazy boy quarterback.
I'm more of a lazy boy. You got that right. But as much of a shit show as it has turned out to be, I am so glad that the other guy is not in charge of it. Can you even imagine how utterly fucked up it would have been had?
Well, let's not take credit away where credit is due, but the other guy did start this bullshit by making a deal with the Taliban and releasing 5,000 prisoners who then were also leaders now in conquering and taking over the country faster. So, maybe if they hadn't let all them out of the jail from the Monopoly, get out of jail free cards from Mar-a-Lago, then maybe we could have gotten it. I don't know, but I'd like
who knows?
Cast the blame where it is well deserved as well. So,
good point.
Anyways,
Good point, DBH.
And what is that?
He says, "What is this pulling out that you speak of?" Him with 58 babies.
No, he has 18. He has 18 babies exactly.
Exactly.
Enough about you right now. My God, take a picture of your beard and remind us what a vagina looks like. So, pulling out of Afghanistan. Speaking of, there's more disasters happening. Our thoughts and prayers are with all the way from Louisiana, all the way up right up in Sureg'ay's neck of the woods. It was a scary ass night last night.
I bet.
We were not expecting this silly putty on the maps, Hurricane Ida, who was all stretched out like a.
Did she stretch out like she?
Hoo-ha. It was just all over the place, and I don't really care, do you? But God, we were in a tornado warning. I was heading to the basement last night
my goodness.
Several times, and it's screwed up all around us. The Sureg'ay studios,
the subways are full of water.
Oh, New York had. You may not realize this. First ever flash flood in New York City was yesterday. I didn't realize that, but that is the first ever in history. The last time The last time they got even that much rain was like 1920. No, that wasn't even that amount. It was like half that amount in 1920.
Like
So,
in the city?
Correct. Oh gosh, there's so many videos still coming out. The subways. I'm telling you, I would have had a claustrophobia heart attack if I had seen that wall of water coming down. I looked at it, and I traveled that subway many times. It's 28th and 7th Avenue in the 1, 2, 3 or trains. That it looked like a horror movie with that wall of water, like an Indiana Jones movie or something.
Oh my goodness.
But anyways, they were just standing there taking videos, and I was like, oh hell no, I would be like climbing up those steps as fast as I could to get out of there. But,
You would have to swim to the bathhouse.
oh, you'd be swimming with rats and pizza and urine and used condoms. It's not the
Ew.
water I would ever want to get trapped in. But hey,
Mhm.
Mother Nature gave New York City a bath last night.
How kind of her.
There's a lot of, and all around Princeton, that battlefield thing that I spoke of one time. It's flooded. You can't even get on highways here. In the Princeton areas, flooded.
Goodness.
Pennsylvania is like, it looks like rivers. It's actually the highway. It was crazy. No one was expecting that yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
It was so random, came out of the blue. So anyways, there's a lot of people that have lost their lives. There was gigantic houses 45 minutes south of here. And when you looked at the map, the cone was like this. And we were in the tornado warning, and they started showing it. And I was like,
That's really
it's
scary.
going to hit us. And luckily it fizzled out and went up. But it was hitting like huge mansions
Oh my
in
goodness.
Mullica Hill, which is about 45 minutes south of Sureg'ay Studios. Anyway, so I guess there's no such thing as climate change, but it's just these crazy things keep happening.
It's a myth. It's a myth. I do have to say, I was a little nervous because we lost power for like 15 minutes
You did?
yesterday.
Well, did you pay your bill? Cash App alert!
Next
What a great segue.
subject.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Cash App alert. We haven't been able to say that in a few weeks. First of all, Christopher
Thanks,
R.
Oprah.
Congdon gave us
Christopher
$15. It
Aw.
says for travel fund, Hot Topics Live at House at Church Street. So I guess that's a place in Orlando.
It's a new venue for performance.
Chris Congdon, I think it's funny you say that because I had a little thought in the shower this week. It's where I do a lot of thinking about a lot of things. And I was like, wouldn't it be fun as soon as we can get through all this COVID cockamamie caca?
This
thanks,
caca.
Florida. Anywho, I would love for us to be able to do Hot Topics live on stage with a live audience. And
That would
film
be
and use the internet.
splendid.
So I'm putting it out there in the universe, people. So soon, I think it would be a great idea for Sureg'ay to fly on JetBlue and fly
We're
to
putting it
Orlando.
out there, not pulling it out.
JetBlue, we would love for you to sponsor Sureg'ay Studios flying to Orlando. Luann Jenner, Cash App alert!
Thank you, Luann Jenner. Can I?
Okay.
I just want to look at Oprah.
Luann Jenner says $20, and it says, no ditching us tonight. Well,
Sorry,
girl, we are
Luann
not
Jenner.
ditching you.
We are
but,
not ditching. Maybe
There
next
are
week.
some people in our cast who may have dined and dashed. So never dine with them because they will leave you at Denny's with the bill.
What are you talking about?
It's not you.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Well, now
By process of elimination, it was Wine
I
Boy.
have never done that.
Wine Boy, are you a dine and dasher?
No, I have way too much guilty Catholic guilt to dine and dash. That is not true.
I'm putting out there to the viewers. Have any of you ever? Come on, be honest. It's not like you could be sued for it now. Has anyone ever been with someone? I'll put it that way. Has anyone ever dined and dashed as a child or years ago when you thought it was cool?
No way.
No, I would always think I got
somebody
caught.
from Polk County has to be on this feed.
Yeah, you. So it's
I
you.
would
then.
feel
If it's not him and
horrific.
it's not
I would
me,
feel
it's you.
horrendous.
I would too. Let me
Look at
clarify.
Sue Christian.
Has anyone
Terrible.
ever?
No.
Has that ever happened?
Hey,
what-
Sir Christian, what's going on?
Sue Christian
Mama's-
is in the house.
Mama's.
Marion Librarian, I really thought they weren't going to make it.
Well,
Sue
that's. See what
Sue Christian
happens?
says no.
Look at everyone.
Everyone's
Even
heard.
Erica Kurtz is saying never. And we
Okay,
know
let
what a
me
crook
clarify.
she could be.
I was in Polk County one time, and I was at a Denny's, and these rednecks shall be unnamed got up and left me, and they dined in, and they were like, "Hurry, go!" And I was like, "No, that's not happening." And so I paid the frickin' bill, and
So
I'm sure
why were you insinuating that it was me and Cecil? Because we neither are not red or net.
I knew it was
Neither one of us would ever do that.
Yeah.
I do love Kelly Jenner's story right here in her comment. She dined and dashed once in her life because she went to a party when she thought the breakfast buffet was complimentary. Now that I could see.
See, that's hilarious.
I mean, they just lay it out there.
Yeah.
Aren't they're not?
That's very funny. Oh no. Oh.
I would have thought so too if I was staying at a Hilton.
Yeah.
But the little Marriott's or whatever, they have the little side kitchens. I did think those were like complimentary just a few years ago. But
Like
it
a
did go
muffin
on
or
my
something.
bill. I just didn't realize it. I learned, but
The waiters let them eat their weight in food and dropped a check on the table. They didn't have the money, so they ran away. Lou Ann Jenner.
ladies
Have
and
you
gentlemen,
heard this story
From-
before? Were you
we
aware?
went from nose to hose.
I'm actually
Yeah, I knew
the
I could bring them out. I'm like Oprah. I can bring out a story.
I'm actually the manager at that Hilton and Kelly Jenner, and I need to talk to you after the show. So
We need you to
I
drop
bet
a
This
those
has
sheets
been-
are dirty.
this has been a total ruse. This whole Hot Topics thing. I just was trying to find you.
We were just trying
Sure.
to entrap you, Kelly Jenner.
Oh, Luann apparently has heard of it, and she is okay with it.
Oh, all right.
Really?
Well, anyways, Luann Jenner just gave us your tab in Cash App. So thank you, Luann Jenner. We will buy Kelly breakfast someday when she does the show again.
I
We've
just
got to
say
get on
one-
to our next topic.
Can I just,
Absolutely.
on the topic of Kelly Jenner, can I just say one thing? I was
Kelly Jenner.
at my place of business today, and I saw a woman that I could have sworn was Kelly Jenner, and I did that whole thing of like, oh my God. It was not her. But she had a face covering on. But, all I saw was her.
So what are you saying? Are you saying
All I saw was
Kelly's
her
looking
beautiful
like-
brown eyes and her like beautiful bangs, and I was like, girl, oh my God.
So
And
you're
the woman
boy.
was like, Yes.
saying that like you would totally be the like extras in a superhero like movie. You're like, oh my God, Clark Kent really is Superman? Like he had the glasses. He had the glasses. Superman doesn't wear glasses. That's like what it sounds like. Because she just had the mask over a small
Kelly
portion of
Jenner
her
is
face.
now saying she doesn't have bangs anymore. Oh my gosh. When is the last time I saw you in
When-
person? I'm dying.
Yeah, Kelly Jenner.
Yeah,
When's the
shows
last
it.
time you got banged?
Well,
Ugh.
ugh.
It
All right.
was it was really the eyes. The eyes on this
Okay.
woman looked
Sometimes
exactly
when you
right.
say, "Can I just say one thing?"
I can
it's
see
like,
your
Can I just
profile
say
pic.
one 10-minute subject? So we have to move on to something else.
Anyway,
It wasn't even Kelly Jenner, and she doesn't have bangs.
know.
Wow, what a great friend you
but
are.
I really thought it
When's
was
the last
you.
time you saw her?
I
By
really
the way,
thought it
for
was
the record-
you.
For the record, bottom of your face. This changes a lot.
I know.
I just look 10 years younger.
So you're saying Batman is doing it all wrong because that's the only part of his face that's exposed.
What?
Because he needs to, go downtown to Tuna Town on Catwoman.
Yeah.
Apparently he doesn't.
Apparently doesn't, but I think he
We
would.
already had that discussion.
I think he would. He's a gentleman.
Well, if he had, and he had gotten her pregnant in the state of Texas, she wouldn't be able to have an abortion. Ladies and gentlemen, next
Oh my
subject here.
goodness.
Let's get the ladies riled up because I'm sure
I'm
this is
sure
a
our
hot
ladies have things
topic.
to say on this
so-
issue.
The Supreme Court. Now, I did learn something a little bit about dissent. I thought dissent was well, wait, now I'm going to screw it up again. I thought dissent was just kind of sitting out, right? They're not saying, they're just decided not to make a decision. So,
I
or
thought
vote.
dissent was a negative opinion.
Well, okay, so Sonia Sotomayor did write a negative opinion, but the other ones just basically said, well, they didn't. The conservative one said, that they voted to move on and not even go for it. So they're not even going to turn over
They're
the
not going to
ban.
hear it.
Correct. They're not going to thank you. They're not going to hear it, which is basically like saying, go ahead, you can keep doing this law. So, but the dissent, I thought it was just sitting out, but I guess it is a vote no. Like,
I
mean,
thought
they're saying
the dissenting opinion was I disagree with this view.
okay. All right. Well, so we're thinking of driving back and setting it on fire. Okay, that was random out of the blue. Okay.
Well, you didn't read the above comments. They're in straight. They went on vacation, which is why we thought they weren't going to be here. Marion Librarian and Jeff Perry, and they have somehow landed in Trump country, and seeing 2024 signs already.
Probably
It's
misspelled
21.
2024. Oh God. Yeah. Anyway, so people are talking that Texas is now becoming the Handmaid's Tale, and there you are. Welcome to Texas. Good job, Wine Boy.
Every time Texas is like, we're going to secede from the union, I'm just like, bye-bye.
Please. Yeah. So in everyone's, of course, blowing up the internet, and Nancy Pelosi decided today that she announced the House will take up legislation to codify Roe versus Wade, enshrining abortion rights into federal law as soon as the House returns from recess. After these messages, we'll be right back. And I have to say, in response to that, I do think it's just the hypocrisy. Like, is Greg Abbott just bitter because I thought paralyzed people were like positive people, but it's like he's out to kill the world.
I don't understand.
He's mad at them because he.
And to Kelly Jenner's point, she could understand them calling themselves pro-life if they were not so actively against welfare and food stamps and a living wage.
And masks. And wearing masks. I mean, God
Exactly.
forbid, you don't want to tell anybody what to do
And
because it'll impinge on their rights. On the vaccine, but then you're going to tell a woman what to do. See, I'm telling you, that's when politicians get really gross. When people will say to me, "Oh, I hate all politicians," I'm like, well, that's. I see Texas. I see Ted Cruz first, and then I see Texas. But reporters are trying to hammer at the fact that Joe Biden is Catholic, which, as you know, I am also Catholic. But I do believe in the woman's right to choose. I just don't think it's right to have to be raped by your ugly fat uncle and be forced to have that baby. I think there needs to be exceptions. Now, if you're just a hoe and you're running around getting pregnant every other week and then getting abortions,
you still shouldn't. That's nobody's business. That's nobody's business. If you're gonna if abortion is your chosen method of birth control, that's on you, girl.
You say it like she's just. It's like
I'm just saying. It's like it's not our business to decide how somebody deals with their extracurricular activities.
You could say cooter. You were about to say cooter.
Well, then the problem lies in, okay, so then when is the thing inside of them a living person? Because they're going to get abortion at 9 months, you're going to get abortion at 8 months. Like, I think that's
Nobody's
where it gets.
Getting it. Listen, nobody
Listen.
is getting an abortion at 8 months. Nobody is getting somebody who has taken a pregnancy at 8 months.
No one's ever gotten an abortion at 8 months.
What I'm saying is anybody who has taken a baby to term to 8 months is planning on having that child. And the only reason that they would have an abortion is because they need to for the health of the mother.
Yeah.
That
No, I mean, I'm not
somebody
against what
who
you're.
is taking the pregnancy that far wants that baby.
So then, where's the cutoff? Is it 7 months? Is it 6 months? Is it 5 months? This is where the murky water gets. I'm not against what you're
Correct.
saying. I understand what you're saying.
Absolutely, I agree.
But that's where their murkiness is. It's like in the beginning, okay, they were raped or they were hoeing around or whatever. Okay, sure, whatever the reason is, none of our business. But then where does it become something different? Like where is that line? And I think that's the whole problem with all this. There's no line because you're like, is it conception? Is it heartbeat? Is it conscience? Is it what is it? And that's where everyone wants to argue. So I'm not trying to say I'm one for the other. I'm just saying that's what I think the
Well, I definitely don't
about.
think it's fair that, well, first of all, the bounty part of it, and that you can get $10,000 for reporting someone that you think had an abortion or think someone had helped them get an abortion, I think is just, I mean, it's even Republicans are going to eventually be like, oops, I think we've gone too far because it's going to backfire.
Why can't we just punish the men for coming inside of a woman? Why can't
Exactly. I mean,
why can't the responsibility be on the dude?
Right. If you killed sperm cells that was alive, that you should go to prison.
Exactly.
So,
and anybody who masturbates should
masturbation.
Should go to prison.
There you go, masturbation. Boom.
Well, see you in prison, wine boy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure there's a few towels that could report you murdering some sperm cells for sure back in the day. Now
probably because they're probably standing up.
Now your sperm cells are eating pizza and chicken wings.
Well, and the other thing is, why don't we go ahead and use the same argument about gun control for abortion? It's like, well, all of these gun control or all of these Second Amendment people are saying, well, gun control laws will never work because people are still going to go get guns. Well, I'm like, then why have abortion laws? Because women are still going to abort an unwanted pregnancy. They'll just die when they do it.
Too bad Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Trump didn't, but anywho, I can't go back in time.
All I'm saying is that it will happen and it will be far more dangerous for everyone involved. Well, it's still going to happen.
On that note, I do think it's absolutely ludicrous that you can go get a 9mm Glock pistol, walk down the street in Texas right now with no training whatsoever. But if you want to be a cosmetologist, you have to be trained and have a license and spend money because you might hurt someone with a pair of scissors or some hair dye. Speaking of hair, beautiful.
Chris Martin.
With
the snaps.
Yes. But anyways, it's just ridiculous. And I think realistically, let's call it like it is. It is GOP men trying to suppress the woman and keep her in her place. Yeah.
This is them grasping at straws.
Well, they're going to be grasping at coat hangers now, because they're just going to cause illegal abortions to happen.
I'm actually surprised. Hold on. I'm actually surprised that they actually made some sort of line in the sand, because usually it's to their political advantage to just kind of keep this culture war going and never actually do anything about it. You know, you're like, oh, we're definitely going to do this, we're definitely going to do that. And then you don't do anything, but then you're like, oh, well, we couldn't because of them, but keep voting me in. So it's kind of interesting that they actually made this law, because now you're like, oh, well, now it's just
the law was there. It was just a matter of fighting it. And it's the opposers that lost the battle where they're not going to hear the case. But I do think, I do think the GOP, I agree with you that they want to keep this battle going, whatever, because it keeps debate going. It keeps voters, and it's it's their one topic that they always talk about. Look, I have a relative that literally votes, and I know some of our viewers have relatives like this also, that literally only vote Republican because of that one stance, just pro-life period, don't even care about anything else, which drives me crazy. Because they're overlooking a lot of other stuff, especially
because Congress. Well, Congress, when they get back together, they need to start working on this freaking getting people back into their apartments and their houses, since the house memorandum is fucking gone. Thing. Yeah, that's no offense to Texas, but I feel like 6 million people out of their fucking homes in 2 days or a day is crazy. But yeah, I don't know.
I also think the American people need to stop sitting on their fat ass, some of them, and reeking and not even going to work after a year when they can. We're the ones that can, and there are people that are taking advantage of the system, and I know some of them who they are, and they have over a year they have reeked and raked in those checks and that extra $300, and it's time. I'm sorry, because there's lots of businesses hiring, and you're making it bad for everyone.
Me and Cecil have the same facial expressions. I wish my camera's on. My jaw dropped to the ground so fast.
Why? Go ahead. Come at me.
Well, I don't want to go back to work.
Yeah, I don't want to do any of that stuff. That sounds terrible.
That's the thing. $300 a week.
Well, here's the other thing.
It has to be cut off right now. There's so many jobs.
But
there's a lot of people taking advantage. Now, granted, a lot of people got laid off. I get that.
Here's the other thing. There's a ton of COVID money, like billions of dollars. Like I think it was like $50 billion that states have or whatever to disperse to help the rent situation. And like I forgot what state it was. They only spent like 10% of that money. The rest of the money is just like local states don't know how to start even a program to get the money out to people who actually do need it. So there's money there to help with rental assistance, but these local states don't know what the fuck to do. So it's like the money's there. They need to get out to them.
I don't want to hear that they don't know what to do.
In my mind, I don't think they know how to.
They're not doing it.
Properly vet people. I'm trying to be nice, but there's money out there
like this
that people need.
On anybody?
This did not think about
like
That's
they've
why
never had to vet anybody in the past.
This is very true. Yeah, I'm just mad at Congress for going on a fucking vacation and not figuring this shit out. That's
true.
Whatever.
It's very true. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair that people keep getting money for nothing. And
those
sitting
golf
there
balls aren't going to golf themselves.
That's true. On that same back in the abortion, I do want to bring up at a "You Go Girl" moment that happened today. So, Wine Boy, today our "You Go Girl" goes to Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
Ooh, I'm a fan. What did she do?
You better work.
I just left mine on mute so that I could feel like someone watching it tomorrow.
I was going to say, we're going to get a comment. We're going to get a letter.
Well, something we'll have to fix in the new season, which we'll talk about later. Anyways, You Go Girl today goes to Press Secretary Jen Psaki, who I love it when, you remember the old administration, all 50 of their press secretaries, who would just attack like crazy and never have like an actual good statement. They would just yell at them it's such. I love that we have someone that comes at
that they were so combative with the press
with some verbiage. Anyways, so a reporter was asking her today and pressing on the fact that President Biden is pro-choice, but also is a deep, supposedly Catholic and have Catholic faith. And he said, why does the president do that? Doesn't he feel like that's hypocrisy or going against his religion? And she replied to the male reporter on abortion. She said, I know you've never faced those choices, nor have you ever been pregnant. But for women out there who have faced those choices, this is an incredibly difficult thing. The president believes that right should be respected. Mike,
I know you've never been pregnant.
There's actually
she just puts it right to him because they do ask dumb questions or try to get that gotcha moment, and she's like, bam.
There's actually some U.S. bishops in the Catholic Church that want to have whatever church that Biden goes to have them deny communion because he's not taking a harder stance on abortion. Have you heard that?
Exactly. Yes, and one of those bishops actually just died last week of COVID. So.
Did he really? Oh man,
I'm sort of like if
he was also anti-vaccine.
If abortion can become legal in Ireland, of all places, we should be able to do it here. It should be legal
The
here.
Protestant side or the Catholic side?
The Catholic side.
I'm just fucking around.
I don't know. Those Presbyterians get kind of crazy.
Yeah, you know those guys. They hate each other over there. They literally kill each other. That's just crazy.
Can I just say how much I love Jen Psaki? There was a moment where
Can I just say how much I love Saki?
I love Psaki. She put one reporter in his place because he kept harping on the dog Major that kept biting the Secret Service agents, and he just kept bringing it up like days and days and days, and he kept bringing it up, and she was like, as much as I appreciate you trying to keep the dog in the news, she goes, the dog has been taken care of. You know, I just love her.
Speaking of dogs, did you hear that what's his fucks in Cuomo like left his dog, the rescue dog that he paraded around? He like left it at the fucking mansion and didn't really want it. Like he was trying to give it away to.
Ted Cruz did that.
I don't know if Ted Cruz. I heard the story that Cuomo left the dog in the mansion.
What are your
and was
sources?
like trying to.
I've not heard that, but I will hate him even harder if that was.
I tried looking it up, and the original source said that the dog is now taken to a good home, but the picture that Cuomo said that he took the dog isn't the picture recent. It's a picture from his Instagram from a while ago. So like there's this new picture of like, oh no, the dog's with me and everything's fine. It was all misunderstanding. And I was like, well,
was he kissing the dog or sniffing?
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
Was he
Well,
feeling
then
the
I
dog
believe
up?
that picture.
Yeah, the dog
Was he giving the dog a pat on the ass?
Something like that. Yeah.
Was he cupping a nip?
I don't know about the
nip.
nip. I couldn't see past the fur. But yeah, no. Those supposedly like insiders were saying that he fucking said he didn't want the dog anymore. No.
Also.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
Guys
Okay,
can't
moving on.
see past the fur.
We are getting a lot of chatter in the
let's
comments
chat
section.
about it. The viewers are part of the show, a big part of
The
the
Perry. Of
Hey, Jeff Perry.
Okay, well, that was important.
Yeah. We stopped everything for this bromance.
Okay, Sue Christian says it was on the news. If they're getting it in Claremont, then it's obviously true. People need a basic living income so they can find something they do well or like to do. Finland did it. It makes people happier, and I'd rather live on a happy planet.
Exactly.
He was talking before about how you were saying people were lazy. He was saying that there should be a universal basic income, which is a debated topic these days, because it should help people find better jobs, do more things. If you work 4 days opposed to 5 days, you know, you're kind of a lot happier.
I also believe
like
in capitalism. I also believe in work hard, get paid, and, you know, I like to negotiate contracts. Speaking of.
Hello. I also believe in capitalism.
I don't want to be paid.
Are we moving to a different topic?
I mean, we need another one. Yeah.
We do have, I do want to alert the viewers because tonight, since you have been deprived of having us for so long, we have been celibate with your minds, souls, and eardrums.
Yes.
So tonight, we are bringing back Wine Boy Whispers. Because we know Wine Boy wants to do it, and we know how much Kelly Jenner loves it. Besides, it's her punishment for stealing the buffet.
Yes.
Oh, so should I play
due
the thing?
penance.
Are we doing it right now?
Well, the viewers have to come.
Are we done with our comments? Yeah. I mean, are we done with?
Seems like it. Hey,
topics.
This will give them a chance.
Can
to
we talk about Madison Cawthorn for a little bit?
It's coming, but we do need a little relief because we've been hot on the politics, and we're going to do Wine Boy Whispers. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Wine Boy Whispers.
Oh, my word.
That one in the bathtub. That one in the bathtub would make me leave my wife.
That one in the bathtub. I'm like, who is she? Okay.
Well, you obviously can't ever know who anyone is. Little bubbles covering, you didn't even recognize him without his bangs. It was me in the bathtub.
Was that you?
Was that you?
Couldn't you tell by the ad?
Chris Congdon is here. Delonte Smith is here.
Delonte, where are you at a wedding?
Hello.
What is what Sean Armstrong saying? If conservatives can get SCOTUS to okay an abortion ban in their states, liberals need to get off their fucking asses and do same with gun ban in local states. I'll tell you right now, the Democrats need to do something, because if history is anything, they're going to lose control over the House.
Well, it is very aggravating. We gave them the House, the Senate, and the White House, and they're just like, no, we don't need to kill the filibuster. We don't need to do this. We don't need to expand the courts. It'll all work out. Everyone gets a trophy. Everyone gets a check.
Yeah. Well, you hear about the 10. There's 10 moderate Democrats that are holding up the whole voting for the infrastructure / reconciliation plan. You hear about that shit? Ugh.
Manchin threw a wrench today. Oh, and speaking of, going back a little bit, but it just came in right before we came on the show how Susan Collins is disappointed once again with the Supreme Court, non-ruling.
I'm disappointed.
I know, Mrs. Olnut from the African Queen. So what was I saying right before?
What a reference!
I just always remember.
It's very topical.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. Anyways, but we're doing Wine Boy Whispers.
We only have 2.
We have 2 right now.
2 it is then. So let's go with the first one.
It's from Chris Congdon.
Chris Congdon.
He made it
right into it. Chris Congdon is here. Here? I didn't see the question marks till the end.
You're getting kind of...
My throat kind of hurts today. I'm not going to lie.
I wonder why.
It's getting kind of Batman.
You don't like Batman? Who doesn't like Batman?
It's getting a little Christian Bale
because
Batman.
you sounded sexy.
Chris Congdon is here.
Now you just sound like you're...
Is that good? One of you liked it.
You sound like you're calling Drew Barrymore in Scream 3.
Oh my God, Drew Barrymore.
Or 1, whichever one.
Actually, when I was a little kid, I saw her Playboy spread. That was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so that was wonderful.
Well,
next one.
Well, people need to give more, and then Luann Jenner can't stand Batman. Oh, what is
Lou and
Sharon Armstrong has a good one.
I know. I'm going back to it. Let's get back to the show.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Sounds great. And ladies and gentlemen,
wait, Jeff Perry gave one more.
Finally.
Hey, Dr. Jeff Perry. See you later. Wink.
I'm going to take
Is that a winky face?
Now.
I think so.
More ivermectin. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
we are a strictly Batman household. Oh, man.
I am confusion because Luann Jenner said she can't stand Batman, and you're saying that you're a strictly Batman household. So,
probably live in 2 different houses.
I don't know what to believe.
Hard.
I don't know what to believe.
I'm just saying, I'm a Superman fan all day.
Kelly Jenner is at the Hilton. Luann Jenner is at her home.
The Red Roof Inn.
Is at the B&B. Setting out a buffet.
Anyway, that was Wine Boy Whispers, and now we can see why no one commented tonight. So that was wonderful. We have several scarf slaps tonight. We're not getting there yet, but I just want to remind you that it has been such a wicked couple of weeks, and there's lots of people that need to be scarf slaps. So we may have more than 3 tonight. That's for sure. So think about your scarf slaps, because scarf slap will be coming up soon, because our producers will be cutting us off right at 10:30 tonight.
Right at 10:30, viewers.
Our sponsors are pulling out like abortion clinics in Texas if we are overtime.
This is true. What is our next
too soon
topic? Can we talk about Joe Rogan taking ivermectin?
We sure can, right there.
Dude, he took everything. Did you see that thing? He took damn near everything.
I wonder what else he has in common with the horse.
Joe Rogan is for not everybody knows who Joe Rogan is. So let's fill them in first. Who he is?
Joe Rogan is an MMA
commentator. Can we show pictures of Joe Rogan when he was on news radio, when he was actually hot?
He was pretty young, but I don't have those pictures. I have this picture.
That's close, but it's better than when he had COVID. And that's
Ew.
Yeah. I actually saw his Instagram post. If it wasn't on, if I knew how to do Instagram on the computer, I would bring it up. But I don't know how to do that.
So
but anyway,
he
yeah.
got COVID.
Well, you want me to tell them who he is? Joe Rogan's a UFC commentator. He's a comedian, stand-up comedian. He's a big time. He's the #1 podcast in America. So that's what it is.
Anyways, so he has several million followers, and he's been telling them not to get. He has how many?
I just was making a joke. I said he has all the followers.
No, not this one. He has actually been on a soapbox for saying not to get the vaccine and everything else. Basically, he's the governor of Florida. And
did he say that? Because I haven't heard him say not to get the vaccine.
What he said was, if you are young and healthy, you don't need the vaccine.
What did he say that once on? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know why I'm trying to defend the guy.
I don't know.
He said it.
Where'd you hear that he left his dog back in his house? I don't know.
What?
He said it. He said it. Yeah, he says it. He's actually been pretty vocal about. And he's fighting Dr. Fauci and everything else. But
the host of Fear Factor.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, it's always a Fear Factor also.
He was on news radio back in the day when he was hot.
That's what I really liked him on. Anyways, Joe Rogan now has taken ivermectin and the other several different cocktails.
Z-Pack, and Protas, everything he did. So he did a couple different IV drips. He did for several days.
So
yeah, he pretty much.
Says he's cured from COVID and everything else, but as you can see his picture, it did a number on his face.
No, that's how he normally looks.
Oh.
That's how he looks now, yeah.
Life has not been good. He might be rich, but not here. Anyways, but ivermectin, other people who've been taking ivermectin, Governor Abbott, he took it when he DeSantis didn't take it, but DeSantis, it has come to rumor that DeSantis and a very good friend / high donor have stock and stake in ivermectin. So wonder why they don't want to push masks So you guys need to ask the hard question.
Yeah, Lindsay Jeanette is chiming in and saying, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, Lindsay, that they took Regeneron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't say that he was cured though. He said that he felt better. But yeah, no, I think he's done.
Well, the people who take it feel fine for a couple of days, and then they start bleeding out, or puking and shitting out of every orifice.
Well, if that happens, I bet you Joe will fucking post that shit because he don't give a fuck.
By the way,
what?
Someone,
Chris Collins' butthole is bleached too, just so you know.
I think he means Joe Rogan. Maybe it's just gray hairs. I didn't bleach the sides.
Could be.
Someone brought this up on Twitter, and I'm not sure if this is true, so I'm going to bring it up here because it's Hot Topics, and of course, we are the most factual show there is. The Regeneron, isn't that didn't they use fetuses to do experiments on with that or whatever? So we want to talk about hypocrisy. They either use parts of fetuses or something like that. So anywho,
I feel like you're talking about stem cells and shit like that.
Correct, but yet trying to save babies at 6 weeks that are the size of a Tic Tac. Okay.
Is
Regeneron stem cells? What?
Sean Armstrong's comment is right there.
Fetal tissue that makes him a bounty target in Texas as of today's. Thank you, Mike Drop.
We could get 10 grand.
I knew I heard something.
Wow, we get 10 grand. Yo, someone call up Talk Walker, Texas Ranger. Get him on Greg Abbott. That's all I'm saying. He's gonna roundhouse kick him to the face.
By the way, Dog Bounty Hunter getting married, and she looks just like a younger
Chinese
version
hamster ovarian cells. Oh my word!
Well, there you have it. Chinese hamster. I mean,
is hamster
Oh,
ovaries.
it's hamster ovaries, not people ovaries.
Okay, well,
Right? I don't know.
Well, I thought every life was precious, but I guess not.
and if they're
Do
Chinese
you eat
hamsters,
trees, motherfucker? Do you eat leaves? They're alive. You eat plants?
I'm
They're
eating
alive.
grapes. I'm
Oh.
drinking grapes right now.
Yeah, so you squish them.
with
crazy.
baby feet, you use baby feet to squash the grapes. We know it.
Mhm.
Baby
Thank you, Marilyn Brand. I'm glad somebody liked it.
Anywho, we've got to get on with our next subject because we are coming up. We have 10 minutes
On
left
our
of the show,
scarf slaps.
and we've got to get scarf slapped. But first, we have a Cash App alert.
Thank you, Cash App Alert.
Sue Christian, $22.02 for Wine Boy
Thank you.
22 calendar.
Did you see
Wine Boy,
Chris Condon's
we have
comment?
had many requests for this calendar.
Yeah, I know. We're going to sidestep that. Just go to Chris Condon. I'm talking about, we should need to ask Richard Gere about the hamsters.
Okay.
Oh, that's like Wine Boy bringing up a fact from the 90s.
The Spice Girls were hot. That's a fact.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Scarf Slap, so I've got to get Fruity Pebbles. Hope you didn't see that I'm not wearing any pants tonight.
Can I say something
I
while we're
never
getting
wear
everything
pants.
ready? Everybody
I'm
get
making
your
my hair,
scarves.
but I do not put on pants.
Wine Boy, you're right. You're right, Marion Librarian. He avoids the topic.
It's the secret. Can I say
Have you
something
been
about
working
like
out, Wine Boy?
I was?
Delonte
and then
even
I
wants
decided-
one.
Yeah, because he's a big jerk face. Of course he wants one. He
Maybe
wants
you'd
me to
to
look like a
jerk
moron.
on your face.
There's also that. Can I say something about though? You're talking about how like people having stock and things. So everyone get ready for everyone get your wine boy whispers. Everyone get your scarf slap suggestions. Start pumping them in. We're gonna give you a little bit of time. I'm gonna talk real quick.
Okay,
I'm helping out the
thank you
team.
for that segue.
Pumping
Not-
it in.
Dude, pump it up. So anyway, it's really interesting because if you watch about the Afghan war, if you really look at a lot of these former generals or people that are being promoted on whatever news station lately, because it's been on both. If you look at where they work now and they're like, yeah, we need to stay in this war. Yeah, Biden was done for pulling out. They work for like Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. They work for, what was another one? There was like cyber defense. They work for all these companies that profit off of the fucking war still going. So even though they're like former generals and they're on liberal media and they're on Fox News, so I'm doing both. But like, it's just hilarious how like the people are like, no, we should stay in this fucking war. Yeah, because you're making millions, not billions of dollars off the fucking war, you piece of shit.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's my soapbox. I'm
Meanwhile-
getting off of it.
And speaking of making money, Betsy DeVos's brother was using a private plane and charging people $10,000 a seat if they wanted to get out of Afghanistan. Speaking of people who profit.
Oof, motherfuckers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
10 grand?
10 grand a seat. Because, they have that, from selling yarn and sand castles and things like that.
Yeah, Kelly's probably right. Trillions with a T.
Trillions.
Yeah,
of
these,
dollars.
yeah. So like, you might be hearing some. Oh, he was a general of
True.
this, or he was part of
Wars
this.
make a lot of money.
They make a
Wars
lot
are
of money.
profitable.
And then they're bringing on people who started the war, like Condoleezza Rice and George W. Bush, and having them opinions on it. You're like, motherfuckers, you're the ones who. Oh, never mind.
You got
We've
to
talked for a
try
long
it.
time.
Don't try
Sorry.
me to paint a portrait of you either.
What's wrong with me? What did I do?
It was a FedEx joke. You won't get it till tomorrow.
That's true.
Anywho, so scarf slap. Our first scarf slap is gonna go to who?
Well, nobody has brought up
Apparently,
our
the crickets that are.
scarf
Oh,
slap
I was-
suggestions.
There's one. It's for me. It's against me.
Okay, I'll gladly do that one real quick, just
And
to
you
get
know
us
what?
warmed up.
Just to get us
I'll give.
going.
I'll let the first time.
Scarf
ever
slap
release
Wine
that
Boy
against
for
me.
crushing our.
For what
calendar dreams.
reason?
Hey, it's not
'Cause-
2022 yet. We can make this happen.
Oh, for crushing the calendar dreams? I
Oh,
know,
my
Marion
God.
Librarian. I'm with you.
And one little scarf slap for bringing up Cuomo's dog left behind, but then not having anything.
And not having a verified news source for it.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I'm gonna
But
have-
I heard.
Wait a minute! Didn't you do the same thing about the whole fucking ovaries thing? You're like, I saw this on Twitter, but I don't know anything about it.
I generated.
It was
a conversation
verified
and
by
then facts
several
brought
people
in.
in the comments.
Look at
Oh
this.
my god.
Look, I'm coming out of a uterus right now. Okay, so
Are you?
I was just born
Okay,
again.
slap that
Scarf.
shit. So I'm gonna look it up right now.
So scarf slap, wine boy, scarf slap.
Why are you doing the sound effects, you weirdo?
Because there was 1 week where I had to, and it was just more fun. And I didn't know if
Okay.
you were going to do it or Google, like you're trying to win a prize on Kelly and Ryan. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I'm on
anyways,
Kelly and
we have to
Ryan
get. We don't need dead air. My God. So
Sean
our next
Armstrong
scarf
is
slap-
suggesting that we scarf slap all horny males in Texas.
all horny males, but let's be specific. Governor Abbott, Ted Cruz, and any other GOP member who just did this whole thing. Scarf
Here we
slap, all GOP Texans. Scarf slap.
Slap.
Ooh. Sorry, that slap went
I
off in my
can't wait
hand.
to be. I can't wait to be at Church Street in Orlando, sitting next to you, Cecil, where I can scarf slap you in the face just for
I
fun.
will scarf slap the shit out of
Just-
you if you try that.
Oh,
Kelly,
well, good.
listen to
It's-
Kelly
it's on.
Jenner.
Maybe
Comments are not
maybe
a
Joe
good source.
Rogan.
She does not understand how the internet works.
Okay. So we did the GOP Texans. I think
Yeah.
obviously
Sue Christian is bringing up the a-hole in the wheelchair, Madison
that's Greg Abbott.
Cawthorn.
Oh, the other one. Oh, the other Republican asshole in a wheelchair.
Oh, did she mean Greg Abbott or did she mean the
No, I
hot
think
one,
she means
Madison Cawthorn, who is getting the more and more he speaks, the more just disgustingly gross he becomes. But of course,
we do
he
need to
put-
fill people in.
He put out a thing about. I mean, it's just like take your pick almost. So
Well, yeah.
he made a suggestion to remove Joe Biden for the 26th Amendment or whatever that is.
One.
And then he, which apparently he cannot do, but he tweeted that he did it. And then the other one was saying something about when he was at a rally in Macon, North Carolina, suggesting that there would be more bloodshed should there be any other voter fraud situations. Again, feeding into the big lie. And
He's suggesting another insurrection right now.
exactly.
All from the comfort of his wheelchair.
I am personally, I feel like the universe has really been hard on me for putting him in a wheelchair because now I can't make fun of him. And like anytime I want to make fun of him, I feel like I can't because he's in a wheelchair. And I think that's very unfair
I
to
think
me.
if you are saying that you recommend bloodshed, then it's all hands off and all brakes on the wheelchair is
I
off.
think you can't discriminate against him because then you're discriminating against. You can't make fun of people. You should be able to make fun of everybody.
Well, you want to be like, sit down, dude, and then, but then
Well,
you can't.
Kelly
say
Jenner,
that.
bring up Kelly Jenner's comment. He said he made a comment about needing a president who could stand when Biden tripped going up the stairs. I mean, look, fine, you can make your jokes, but don't expect us to be like, oh boy, you really rolled downhill with that joke, and then be offensive. So
Exactly.
All right, scarf slap. Oh, that's the wrong one.
So-
Thank you, Lynn.
So scarf. Oh yeah, and he also said invoke the 25th on Biden and all this stuff this week. He's just off. He's
I
like
just said it.
he's. Oh, I didn't hear the 25th part, but anyway. Okay,
I thought
so,
it was the 26th.
Let's scarf slap.
Merry Christmas from Cawthorn. Scarf slap. The other asshole in a wheelchair, according to Sue Christian. Scarf.
Slap. And
Start-
on top of it,
At your face.
on top of all of these other things, it just keeps coming out what a scumbag he was when he was in college, and that he was using his disability to basically,
Get laid.
Get laid.
well, no, to like make passes at
Obviously, he
women.
was just getting ridden.
and like saying all these horrible things about women, and fuck that guy.
Yeah, sounds like an asshole. Fuck that guy. So
He's
anyway,
a complete asshole. And
I
I
have to
hope,
get him out of the wheelchair in order. To
I
fuck you,
honestly
but
hope
okay.
that he does not get reelected.
well, hopefully not.
He might just end up in jail if he keeps up with all this insurrectionist stuff.
He is. He's
we
being
have 1
questioned.
minute left.
His phone records are being questioned.
Hold on before we go anywhere. You see this now? According to the Albany Times Union, reported posted on Sunday that they said the former governor recently asked staffers at the executive mansion if anyone would like to take his animal off his hands. Cuomo moved out of the Albany residence last week and has been staying with one of his sisters, the newspaper reported. So boom, the Albany Times. Oh shit! I clicked something. Yeah. So apparently, there you go. There's
well, there you have it. All right.
Boom.
So he asked people to take the dog. He didn't just leave it behind.
What's what I? No, he left. He
left
was
the dog in the house.
He left the dog there and had the aides. He had the staffers take it because he didn't want the fucking dog because he's a douchebag.
Well, he gets a scarf slap from the animal lovers on this theme.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Hey, we're equal
Okay, I'm
opportunity scarf slappers. We'll slap a Democrat.
Over time,
too.
we're about to cut out.
Well,
Yeah.
We should slap him for many things, but yeah, let's go.
All right, so he gets a scarf slap for the dog, but he resigned. All right, scarf slap, governor, dog hitting Cuomo. Scarf slap. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time. Now we're out of time. Sorry, we have a time limit here, and you're going to have to wrap it up earlier in order to give yourself more time at the end. What? Say it.
No, never mind. Forget it. We'll just talk about it later.
Oh my God! See, we're over time for nothing.
We're over time.
Oh my God! You look like you're sitting in a wheelchair. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is, although we needed the time off, it was fun and we had a good time and we needed some re-energizing moments to come back. We missed you and thank you for missing us. We've got your messages. Please keep them coming, your comments, your likes. Thank you for sharing our Facebook and YouTube shows and comments on your feeds as well. But just remember, we believe in paying it forward and spreading good love. So do something kind for someone this week because we know that's the type of people you are. So on behalf of us all here at Hot Topics, I am Sureg'ay.
I'm Cecil.
And I'm One Boy.
Good night to you all. We love you and we'll see you soon.
Ding.